Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Simplified Project Management once again. It's your channel you can trust. Please, for today we'll be doing phases of a project and project management. And my name is Wisford Choka. If you're watching us for the first time, please place on the subscribe button, like, comment and share for others to see as well. Please tell us how you think our videos are. And if you haven't watched our previous video, please check it out with a name given Whispered Choker. For today, we'll have many objectives for today, where we'll be looking at phases and steps in project management. On each phase, it has got its own steps to be followed in project management. We're going to do initiation phase, planning phase, execution phase, monitoring and controlling phase, and lastly, closeout phase. Let's go. So what is initiation phase? What do we understand by initiation phase? So we are saying under initiation phase, we are saying it is the first phase of a project during which the project is defined and the project charter is created. Under this phase, major deliverables or outputs in the participating work groups are identified. It is under the initiation phase that the project team begins to take shape. Two main questions are asked under this phase. So under the initiation phase, we are saying it is one of the first phase that is being introduced when thinking on embarking on a project. Under this, you have to create a project charter. What is a project charter? Please, you should look out for the next video where we'll be talking on most of the triggering uh, words or meanings of words in project management. So we're saying two questions are asked under this one, where we have the first one: can we do the project? Should we do the project? Issues of feasibility and justification. We said under this initiation phase, we have steps that are under it. So we are saying the first one is define the project's objectives and scope. Firstly, you have to define the project's objectives and scope under this one, and also identify the project stakeholders and their needs. Like we said earlier, the project charter outlines the project objectives, scope, stakeholders, and timeline. We proceed and understand more of the steps under this phase. So you're saying you have to develop the project charter. Like we said, it is one of the document which outlines people who do the project, things that will be done, and everything about the project. We also have to secure project sponsorship and funding. Know people who are part of the project, know the owners of the project, the funders, the clients, and sponsors around that project. Define the project's timeline and milestone. You have to know what time the project is starting and when the project should stop. For the project, it's a time-bound thing. It has got a beginning time and end time. And also you have to know the milestones that you are going to calculate as you embark on a project. For example, a company wants to develop a new product line. The project manager is tasked with leading the project. The project manager defines the project's objectives, defines the stakeholders or identifies the stakeholders, and develops the project charter. The project sponsor is identified as well and secure, and the project timeline and milestones are identified. We go to the next phase. So we are saying the next phase is planning phase. The planning phase is the second phase of a project. Planning phase is where the project solution is further developed in as much detail as possible. The project plan outlines the scope, schedule, document, which qualifies to put in budget and resources required for the project. So under this phase, the same phase itself, we are saying this is where more of intense or the much of planning is being done. This part, it is where everything is clarified on how the project will go and how it will start and finish. So under this, we've got steps that accompany this phase. So the first one, you have to define the project scope, schedule, and the budget. You define the jurisdiction, you define the boundaries of the project, you define the schedule, how it will start and finish, how many people will be on the project as they will be doing the project, and how much it will cost for the project to be done. You also have to identify the resources required for the project. Know the things, people, tools, everything. Then the other part is that develop a project schedule and timeline, as it is a step under planning phase. Then you also have to create a project budget and financial plan. You also have to create this point under the planning phase to make sure that what you're going to plan in the planning phase won't affect the project as it is being embarked on after the planning. Identify as well and assess risks and develop risk management plans. As you look ahead, anticipate and foresee risks and uncertainties uh, that might affect the project, and you have to make sure that you analyze and put in place management way of tackling those risks. We proceed. So we are saying an example for planning phase. A constructing company is planning to build a bridge across a river or a sea. The project manager defines the project scope, schedule, and budget, and identifies the resources required for the project. The project schedule and timeline are developed, and the project manager and financial plan are created. Risks are identified and assessed, and risk management plans are developed for the project to be embarked on properly. We go to the next phase. The next phase is called execution phase. In other books, it is called implementation phase or take action phase. That's what the other phase talking about. So under this phase, what do we mean? We are saying is the third phase of a project, during which the project tasks are completed. Under this project phase, the prescribed work or tasks is performed under the supervision of the project manager. So under this phase, this is where now action of what was being planned in the planning phase is now coming into action. Action is being done. This is a phase of action. So we're saying this phase has got also steps that it accompanies it. So we're saying the first one is assign tasks to team members. This is the principle where the project manager assigns tasks to team members for the project to be done. Also, the project manager monitors, controls the progress of the project so that things can be in accordance. The other part is that the project manager manages project risks and issues. He is there to see and supervise on how to handle project risk and issues, ensure quality control and assurance, communicate with stakeholders, communicate properly with people who are in charge of the project. For example, a construction company is building a new office building. The project manager assigns tasks to the team members, monitors and controls the process of the project, manages project risks and issues, ensures quality control and assurance, and communication with the stakeholders. We go to the next phase. We have monitoring and controlling phase. What do you understand by monitoring and controlling phase? So we're saying this phase is the fourth phase of a project, during which the project's process or progress is tracked and any deviations from the plan are addressed. The steps in the following in the monitoring and controlling phase include, so we also have steps under this phase. So like this phase we said, it is one of the four. It is the fourth phase of a project, during which the progress is tracked and make sure that any changes are being done and deviations are being controlled of the project. So the first step under this one is that you're tracking the process, the progress, the project's progress against the project plan. You also have to identify and address any deviations from the plan. The other one is that you manage project risks and issues. ensure quality control and assurance, communicate with stakeholders. For example, a marketing company is launching a new advertising campaign. The project manager tracks the project's progress against the project plan, identifies and addresses any deviations from the plan, manages project risks and issues, and also ensures quality control and assurance, and also communication with stakeholders. We go to the last phase that we have under project management. So this is the closeout phase. What do we understand by closeout phase? So you're saying this is the final phase of a project, during which the project is completed and closed. Under this phase, the concern is making sure that the project has satisfied or will satisfy the original needs that were identified during the initiation phase. The steps in the closure phase include, so like we said, under this phase, this is the phase of the final one where most deliverables have become to be seen in reality in physical. Since in the initiation phase things were just being introduced and planned, and came to next phase, which was planning phase, you plan deeply on how you're going to tackle it, and then also enter into execution phase or action part where you do everything properly to make sure that the project takes shape. You come to the other phase, which is monitoring and controlling phase, which involves or which requires you to make sure that you monitor and see risks or deviation, or make sure that you control any changes that might happen. And this closeout phase or closure phase, it is one of the last where you have to make sure that you see the deliverables if are satisfying or the project has been met. So the phases, the closure phase has got steps as well. So the first one is that ensure that all project tasks are completed. You also see that review and evaluate the project success, document lessons learned, celebrate the project's success, close out the project. So once this phase has been reached, you make sure that you see what you've learned in the project, you celebrate the project success with the project team, and they also review and evaluate the project success, things that have made you reach to the final, and see if the deliverables have been met according to the initiation phase. For example, a software development company has completed a new software release. The project manager ensures that all project tasks are completed, reviews and evaluates the project's success, documents lessons learned, celebrates the project's success, and closes out the project. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let us know how the video was. Tell us how you enjoyed the video, and we'll be here to do more. Watch out for the next video where we'll be doing all the triggering meanings in project management, or the triggering terms under project management. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Stay tuned.